Namaskaram, my dear friends, I am back again. Is this work? Is my location okay? So today's topic has been a talk in society for a while ever since COVID happened. This term called Great Resignation. I want to talk about it because I think there is some immense value in the movement. But again, it really also depends on who's explaining it as to how the movement can be misconstrued, misutilized, everything. What do you think? Okay, so I did my very light research, and how I understand the movement is people have had it. People have had it. People have I don't know how to explain. Basically, they're throwing the towel and like, I don't want this anymore. I don't have to deal with this BS because of reasons. Let's say poor working conditions, low pay, toxic work environment, no room for growth. The list goes on and on as to why the workspace is no longer, the workplace is no longer beneficial to a person's well-being. And I kind of understand why people would do this, because just like anything else, usually most of this mass resignation, the Great Resignation, is in the hospitality industry. Hold on, let me look at other stuff. So it's the hospitality industry and the healthcare industry. Also, I believe the education system, the teachers. And I kind of want to talk about it because it's really sad where these systems, the healthcare system, education system, hospitality system, are not really called this. They're called an industry. Healthcare industry, entertainment industry, or hospitality industry. Who knows, the education system will be soon called education industry, as much as food system has been called the food industry. So once a whole system of supply chain and balancing the supply and demand is called from a system to an industry, you kind of know some pockets are being padded real thick. And it's sad because these are basic needs of a human being, and the fact that it's been transformed into something that basically would benefit financially a smaller group of people, there's bound to be an imbalance. There's bound to be shortcuts. There's bound to be corners cut where some of these people will have a bigger piece of the pie, and the rest, who have no push or pull of the system, will be in the losing end. So yeah, I'm kind of really on the fence about these types of movement, because I really understand as to why people speak, as to why people scream, as to why people can't stand this anymore. Because people who have the ability to push and pull economic industries will highly likely think about what's best for them and their small group of niche, their small group of people who they're trying to take care of. But on a different perspective though, even in a smaller group of people, yes, I agree the movement can be great. However, in a smaller respect too, it can also be mistranslated. It can be mistranslated of a great movement turned into a selfish movement too. Like, I'm gonna resign because my boss doesn't pay me well, and my healthcare sucks, and you know, I don't have enough breaks during my work. And some people could probably be actually not the best workers. And they'll be marching like, oh, I'm moving for the Great Resignation. Oh, I'm marching the streets for the Great Resignation. When in all reality, maybe their agendas are just about themselves. But that's the key point. When the movement becomes about yourself, and about just a small group of people, and not about what's best for the whole population, then it becomes a cause not really worth fighting for, I think. So I retract myself from all this commotions going on in society, because I really don't have a really strong lens where I could see the big picture, but I can only see what I have. And as much as I try to expand my horizons, expand my perspective, there are really some areas I still can't see. Don't get me wrong though, I'm still striving daily, constantly, to make my view of the world bigger and bigger, my grasp bigger and bigger, so I can see the bigger picture. But But with what I can see right now, this is what I do. Though thinking about myself and my well-being is not to be ignored, but because my basic needs are being met, my well-being is being met. How I conduct my daily activities in life, I think the guide is what is best for not just me, but everyone around me. Everyone around me. And never excluding those that are further from my radius. If I can reach them, they are included in my radius. If I can see them, they are included in my radius. If I can feel them, they are included in my radius. Basically, my radius is always expanding. So nobody is not included in this radius of intent for well-being and where my daily activities are charged. Does that kind of make sense? So what I'm basically trying to say, this great resignation, like, oh, there's so many great movements in the world and people march in the streets for that purpose, but then throughout time it becomes muddled with selfish intentions using the same banner. You know, it's here, there, it's everywhere, we can see it. Hence why all of the systems of basic needs like food, shelter, education have become industries. Whose pockets are they padding? I'm not saying I'm here very poor and begging in the streets and being really, what's the word? Meager, simple. Because I also have strived for the comforts in my life. But because I have established the basic needs in my life, like comfort, food, shelter, all that jazz, I am able to do what I need to do, which is the well-being of everyone in this world. I know it sounds so great, but at least to strive in that direction allows me to be guided in what I have to do every day. Does that make sense? Yes. So in conclusion, I really didn't know where I was going with this. But there are so many things, great movements in this world. And I think it's up to us to see it for what it was, what it is, and what it might become. But basically really focus on what it is right now and act accordingly based on the situation, based on what you can perceive around you. Because the more accurate input you have, the more effective output you can do. Make sense? But that's it, you guys. From the Great Resignation to me not resigning. And maybe I'm just thinking there's more for me because a lot of people are quitting. I cannot quit. It's just all in the words. It's just all a cycle. It's just all a trend. But I cannot quit. I hope you all have the volition and the strong intent of what you need to do in this life. For this life is borrowed. For this life is brief. For this life is wonderful to waste. Namaskaram. Until next time, thank you for listening to my rant, which I didn't really know where it was gonna go, but thank you. Bye.